Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Diet Explore. Before begin this video, I want to ask one question. Have you ever wondered how glucose gets transported inside the cell membrane, blood and various organs of the body? Well, the answer lies in a family of proteins. Glucose is a crucial molecule for the energy production, but they can create energy only when they get entry inside the cell. But these are hydrophilic, means they have affinity towards the water. So they cannot transport or diffuse by themselves into the cell because the outer layer of the cell is hydrophobic. So they need some kind of transporter to enter into the cell. And glucose transporter are the protein that helps in transportation across the cell membrane. There are total 12 glucose transporters at different locations, and each of them has unique features and functions. So here I am going to explain the first 5, as these are more important. Glucose transporter, in short we say Glut. So Glut protein works for the facilitated diffusion. This kind of diffusion doesn't need any kind of energy or ATP, as diffusion takes place from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. In this video we will take a closer look at these 5 types of glucose transporter. So let's begin with the first. Glut1 is present on the surface of the cell membrane. It is a protein found in the blood-brain barrier, placenta and the red blood cells. But it has very low affinity towards the glucose. It means there should be high concentration of glucose in the blood for the diffusion. Coming to the second, that is Glut2. It is primarily found in the kidney, liver, pancreas and small intestine. Glut2 also has a low affinity towards the glucose like Glut1. This is good because it prevents the excessive storage of glucose in the liver in the form of glycogen, and so the other organ get a chance to take up the glucose for their energy. And in the pancreas, as we know, Glut2 has low affinity towards the glucose. It takes up the glucose only when the concentration is high. For example, after the meal the blood glucose level rises. Glut2 takes up the glucose, which triggers the pancreas to secrete insulin. So we can say that Glut2 is a precursor for the insulin secretion. Glut3 is another glucose transporter found in the brain that is responsible for the transporting glucose across the blood-brain barrier, neurons and sperm. It has high affinity for glucose, which means it can transport glucose even when the concentration is very low. So it makes sense. Being an important organ, the brain and neurons make sure that if there is any glucose in the blood, they will take it first. That's why even in the low glucose concentration, first the brain takes up the glucose and then the rest of the body. And all these 3, Glut1, 2 and 3 are insulin independent. Means they don't need insulin to take up the glucose into the cell. Here comes another type of Glut protein is Glut4. Glut4 has moderate affinity for glucose, and it is found in the muscle, adipose tissue and heart, as heart is also made up of muscle, where it plays a critical role in glucose uptake and maintaining the blood glucose level. Glut4 is present inside the cytoplasm and not on the surface of the cell membrane like the others. So to activate Glut4 one needs insulin. So it is insulin dependent. It is responsible for transporting glucose from the bloodstream into the cell, where it is used for the energy production or stored as a glycogen for the future uses. Glut5 is a fructose transporter found in the small intestine, kidney and testes. It is responsible for transporting fructose from the lumen of the small intestine into the bloodstream. So fructose is taken up by the Glut5. So these are the 5 main types of glucose transporter, and they are ubiquitous, means found all over the body, but mainly in certain areas as mentioned earlier. So hope you find this information useful and you like the video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe for more. It will encourage me to create more such video. See you very soon in my next video. Till then, take care.